also read something not too long ago that said Twitter was thinking about becoming subscription based. What do you gentlemen think of that?
I feel like
and
they
did
do
you
that
hear
every
anything
6
about it?
months.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've been saying that for a while. I'm not sure really what it would be. Like everyone pays,
It would
or
be
it's just
them.
certain people pay.
Who knows? They haven't announced further details, but for now, what do you think of just the idea of Twitter being subscription based?
I think it's a little too late.
Yeah.
They should have done that in the real heyday. And I don't know their actual numbers. They could be doing better than ever. I'm only speaking to our world and what we know of Twitter. Now is not the time to now charge for Twitter because you'll get a bunch of people that have no interest. Now, if I have to pay for this, I'm cool.
It took a long time for Twitter to become mainstream, but now it's super duper mainstream where you see every, TV ad, whatever has a Twitter ad on it. So
Which
Yeah,
they
once
have
the
to be
ads-
making money before. Because
Yeah.
before they were trying to figure out how they could get real revenue streams without fucking up the user experience.
Right.
And I thought they did an okay job at that. To
too.
now put a subscription pay on it, I don't think it's the right time. Or ever for Twitter.
right,
You're sitting there reading shit. Like, I'm not paying for this.
right.
Well, you pay for the newspaper. Same thing.
Them shits be free too.
Yeah, I haven't paid for a newspaper. So you finished with that? That's my shit. That's my shit.
Like,
You
them
finished
shits
with that,
be
fam? Let me get that.
I think enough people would pay for it to make it worthwhile for them.
In the long run.
I feel like companies.
That's what I'm asking.
If I were Twitter, I would make like companies in large figures pay, and the users be free.
So ads.
Kinda, yeah, because that's
Yeah.
basically what it is.
Be an
you
ad
know what I
fee.
mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're using that to get your voice out from bigger companies. Yeah, that'd be just another way to word ad space. But I agree, Parks. Users, you shouldn't be paying, or pardon, charging.
If they put out a Twitter right now with special features like an edit, I would pay for it.
Edit?
Yeah. If they put out a Twitter right now that just had features that free Twitter didn't have, maybe like all these other people that have premium and free,
Okay.
I might pay for it. I might.
Well, we used to always say all the time, like, we can't believe this app is free because there was so much great shit going on Twitter.
Right.
Stories that break. But now that they're talking about it, people are like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm paying for this.
That edit button sounds good in theory with Twitter, but I don't think it's a good idea.
I agree.
Because now,
You don't think anything's a good idea?
Well, no,
I don't think that is just subscribers. Nah, I don't think it's just the edit button. So like, what you...
for a user experience of Twitter when you're reading things, no, I don't think you should charge the users when exactly what Parks was saying. You could charge the companies that are really trying to get shit out to the users. The users are not trying to push anything but their daily thoughts.
Okay, let me interrupt
So-
right there. Let me stop you right there for a second.
I was going to get to the edit point. But go
Get
ahead.
to it. I don't want to forget this. Okay, yeah. However, the companies that have a subscription model have access to more of our information, and totally outside of the ads, some of these companies are selling our information to ad companies.
for sure.
Outside of-
almost all of them.
Yeah,
Let's keep it a buck.
I think so too.
If not all, almost all.
So I do see plenty of reason why they would do that today.
Okay, I'm not going to accuse Twitter here, but I will. You don't think Twitter has sold any of our information to its own people that buy ads?
I'm sure they have.
Of course they
promise
have.
you have.
Yes.
Users that don't pay
Yes.
$1, they can take our information from. It's not because we're a subscription base where they'll maybe take our debit card number, but they know exactly. We sit there and talk our daily thoughts every single day.
And
They have more information than people that you have to pay subscriptions for.
You assume.
I can put one and two together.
Which would be an assumption until we get confirmation.
We're on a podcast.
Yeah, so you can do that. But I have to assume that, yes, I do believe that they have sold our information off before, whatever information that they have. I think that anytime there's a big hack that we all ignore, hey, we just lost 20 million emails. Don't even worry about it. Nobody
Yeah.
says a word, but that's what happened. They sold our shit off.
I just got an email from Drizzly, who's an app I use to get liquor delivered in my house. Sorry, someone hacked our shit. Your personal information may be getting out there. I get weird numbers calling me nonstop every time this happens. PSE&G did it to me. Which does all electricity in New Jersey, for those that don't know.
Right.
I think that if I'm looking for your information and I'm looking to purchase, and Rory has date of birth and some interests, I'll pay for it. I think if Erickson has date of birth, interests, and your common likes and places you visited over the last 5 years, the price goes up. Again, I'm just freestyling here.
Right.
But that's how I think it goes.
But not only does Twitter have that without the user subscription, they have what we like and they have what we don't like.
Yeah.
They have every last part of us.
They should.
So I don't see what their incentive would be to charge to lose users when I have a free app, I guess you would call it, a free website where I get all this information for free because users are not paying for it. They'll say anything, and I can sell that.
What I'm saying is to harbor the information that I think some of these companies are trying to resource. I don't know the tools they need. I don't know how big a server. I don't know how big of a server you need.
I would have no idea.
I don't know those things. However, Twitter has been operating. I am to assume that they have not had the necessary tools to do what they have needed to do to capitalize on these advertisements, which is why we're here. And Twitter is 12 years in now.
Well, Twitter's
so
actually
if they're doing this 12 years later, then I'm to assume there's a reason for it.
Twitter's one of the few companies that's actually been vocal about how they've had trouble monetizing their company. And that was up until we started getting all the ad shit we see on our timeline, all the things we don't follow ending up on our timeline, all those new features that we've gotten over the last probably 4 years were post, hey, we have no idea how to monetize this app. And that's when they were originally talking about subscription bases, and we were all saying, fuck yeah, we'll pay money for this because we loved what was going on there. I just think now when you literally have a website that your users are there because it's free and will talk about their entire lives without filling out any type of survey, or literally just typing it, yeah, I'm not putting any type of money on that. And of course, servers, I know nothing about that. I'm talking shit.
Twitter just recently stopped the usage of third-party apps. That's how recent.
That's not true. I use TweetLogics.
Yes, I use a third-party app also. I'm saying, I don't know when, a year ago. Yeah, there you go. Look it up, Scream Man. You rocking now, you and your thighs. Sometime recently, they stopped a lot of the things that you were able to do if you were a third-party app. Not us using it. The owner of the third-party app.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah,
you're correct there.
A lot of third-party apps where you can log in via Facebook or log in via Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I've seen
log
in via
there,
Twitter in a really long time on any other app.
Yeah.
So that may be what that's speaking to. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's just all of the companies just trying to figure out. This is the same thing as when Instagram was playing around with the whole, and I think this will happen at some point, the whole, hey, we're going to hide the followers. Like, why do you think that is? We're hiding the followers.
We've been said that on here.
Well, say it again for the people that may not know, because we may be talking a whole different language to some people.
When you take away the followers, that takes away the influencers. Now companies have to directly go through Instagram if they want to advertise on my app. They can't go through someone that has a large following account to sell their product.
I think deeper in that.
It goes much deeper, but on a surface level, that's what it is for taking away.
I think by displaying followers, you can go in and say, oh, Rory he follows Jameson, and he follows Maserati, and he follows Lululemon.
Yeah.
So now I can take all that information and figure out what to sell to him. But I don't need to ask Instagram for that metric. I can look it up myself.
Exactly. So the same thing as saying, really now I have to go directly to Instagram to
metrics.
Get my information
I don't think they give a fuck about the little
users.
fucking $2 million influencers are making a year. $2 billion maybe it is even. But
I think they care that advertisers would have to go directly to Instagram rather than anyone else.
They do when you add it up.
Yeah.
They do when you add it up across the board. So now if all the influencers can't report metrics,
right,
because we have all the metrics,
yep,
and we're using all of our metrics to the advertisers, bingo. And I think that's what all the companies are trying to do, and Twitter's just late to the party. Twitter officially kills off key features in third-party apps. Yeah, we talked about it. That's fine.
Cool.
Come on, let's move. Let's move.
Edit button would be the worst idea ever.
Yeah, I had a nice little nerd conversation.
Yeah, we nerded out.
I think that type of thing is important.
There's not much to talk about today.
I liked it. It was informative. I learned a few things.
You know how much fun we would have? Let's have some fun with the edit button.
Yeah.
Can you imagine you tweeting something and having everyone retweet and reply to it, and then I'll edit what I said?
Yeah. That's dope.
That's great. I don't know why Rory thinks that would be so
you think cancel culture is bad now? What the fuck?
Rory, other people wouldn't have the authority to edit my tweet.
I know, I'm saying. Say you say, yo, it's sunny outside, I love the sun, and then someone retweets it, quote tweets it, and says, I love that shit, and you change it to a whole different tweet, and now that person says, yo, I love this shit. Cancel culture.
There's a million ways that the edit button could go
sick of
wrong,
you.
for sure.
Absolutely.
You say something dope and pointy, it gets 100,000 retweets, and then you put
And
your
then
mixtape in or
then you
an ad
change it.
link or something.